Alright, it is up now because we are going to be doing the grand finals for Paddling Pool. And here we got top floor bosses, the top G's of this tournament, potentially, and the carbon dominators, the potential dominating victors of this tournament. I am here joined by Pat J. Say hello, man.
Hey! And both of these teams have been playing so well this whole tournament. I can't wait to see those two teams go at each other.
I can't wait too, and we'll start this off with Splatzone's Inkblot Art Academy, which we've been seeing quite a bit of Inkblot Art Academy, but I don't think we've seen it on Zones yet. Am I right, Pat?
Yep, we saw it on tire control several times, but now instead of two small stacks in the middle, we are seeing a big one that dominates that zones and that big stacks in the middle. The team that controls it can do so much.
Yep, that is true, and now we're gonna get things started. Now, we've already seen both of these teams play on stream. We know that Carbon Domination can do some really sick aggressive plays, and we saw the top floor bosses. They did quite a lot of things with their... I'd say... Maybe I can't remember their comp well.
And
I feel bad now. But I think this is interesting. We're seeing double Gal, 96 and 52 Gal, come out from top floor bosses.
Two guards means two rolls. Top floor bosses, they want to be able to stop that push, hold their ground, stay alive, and that's what you want to do when you are facing a carbon. And right now the Kraken getting the pick on top of the middle stack. Great offensive by top floor bosses. They're going to get the zone for themselves, and right now they are trying to initiate the lockdown on the zone, already farming for another Kraken. That's what you want to do. You want to have that Kraken at the ready for any time the enemy might push at you. Because if you... Oh! That's what can happen if they push at you too fast, and great move by the carbon is going to be countered. And no, the zone is still ticking in favor of top floor bosses.
And it's just remaining in neutrality as well. As the top four bosses are once again saying that we're the top G's of this tournament. we don't want you to get any of this bread. It's our bread.
Top four bosses, they only need to stop that last push, and that's an instant KO for them. But the penalty is applied. It's just the Kraken right now. That Kraken is going to try to get one last pick at least, but that's still a wipe out in favor of Carbon Domination. And Carbon Domination, we know what they're able to do once they have the control of the map, once they have things their color. That Carbon is going to go down, but we know they'll be there back very soon. They have been so aggressive this whole tournament. Carbon Domination stopping things short with the machine, but the Crab Tank managing to really get the picks, and that should be the zone going back in favor of top floor bosses.
Yep, and right now it looks like this carbon roller really just, they're standing their ground. Quite a bit of picks to help their team get back in, but ouch! Looks like that just got punished out.
I believe that was a delayed wipe that was from that carbon and that machine. That's very good for Carbon Domination, but they need to get rid of the penalty right now. Top floor bosses, they are in there trying to paint, trying to stop the advance, trying to stop the points. And it looks like Carbon Domination has been under advantage, but they are struggling to keep the zone their color.
Yes, and this Crab Tank is going to make things even harder because Crab Tank is 8 seconds of restriction, and we love 8 seconds of restriction.
Yeah, but as we speak, that penalty is over. That's a great pick by Booyah Bomb. It looks like Carbon Domination is pushing the aggressivity, getting the fights away from the zone, keeping the zone their color, and right now, if they manage to slow down top floor bosses, they could get that lead. The top floor bosses, they are getting the pick with the 52. Ooh, great.
Ooh, that would have been some sick maneuvering right there. But unfortunately, I don't think Carbon Dom's going to be able to retain this zone because they don't have any players available to keep that zone alive. However, now top 4 bosses, they're in here for some business because they're looking to keep them in their flat. We love Kraken Royale right there. Kraken is a fun special. Why did they bring it back? It's fun. It just makes me sad sometimes at the things it can get away with.
Fun. It's fun, and top 4 bosses, they are having fun right now. They are very close to getting rid of the penalty and getting the picks for himself, but the Carbon trying to stop that, but right now with just a few seconds left.
Zone at neutral? No. Unfortunately.
Nope. No, game 1 is going to go to top 4 bosses. Carbon Domination with a higher aggressivity, but top 4 bosses so efficient on the zone, maintaining the zone, their color constantly and applying paint on it as soon as Carbon Domination is hoping to get some points. This is going to be a big battle, and with a counter pick I expect Carbon Domination to get right in a map where the Carbon can do all the damage it can do.
I agree, if they can let that Carbon do some damage, that'll be some serious damage. And who's to say that they can't pick like something like Tower Control Mako Mark? But, we've already seen this counter pick before. Flounder Heights on Rainmaker. And this was a 5-minute match that Carbon Dom won because they got a really interesting push to 12.
Carbon Domination after... that was not their pick in the last set. But after what they did on it, I mean, they're right to think, okay, that's the map where we can be good at, so let's go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, no, that was their pick in the last set, yes. Oh, no, I'm confusing, sorry.
It's alright. Sometimes we're all prone to, like, kind of forget some small information. Sometimes. Even I forget some things. Like... important things that I should remember a lot more, like the Pythagorean theorem.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make... No? That didn't hit, man?
No, sorry. Not sure what you're talking about.
You don't know what the Pythagorean theorem is?
Oh, sorry. Pythagorean. It's just that I'm not English and I don't understand the language very well. But yes, now that you say it twice, Pythagorean theorem. It's not an easy word to say. Pythagorean theorem.
You're pretty much nailing it in general. You're grasping the idea of it. You understand, and that matters a lot.
Yeah, it can, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I applaud you for learning English. English is very interesting of a language. Yet, we gotta start things off now. We're gonna see this Rainmaker comp that Carbon Dom brought last match taking effect. I don't think top 4 bosses wanted to change their comp. That's alright. They know that they're top Gs. So, I don't blame them. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. But right now, when you have double wall, you are kind of forced to concede the pop to Carbon Domination. Carbon Domination right now. They have 2 down. It looks like their aggressivity is playing against them. And top floor bosses, they are in full control of top, and that Kraken is going to allow create some chaos and allow the Rainmaker to get to a checkpoint, any checkpoint, and that's gonna be a checkpoint in favor of top floor bosses. Unfortunately, with 2 down, they have to just 3 down now. They have to stay alive, keep their ground, keep on mid, and the jumps are gonna come.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit unfortunate that they just got knocked out right away, but it looks like this crab tank's just gonna get obliterated, huh?
What a trade by the crab tank!
Yeah, that's a good trade right by the crab tank, but I was not expecting that, I'll tell you that much. And that's just a bit more of my minor distaste towards crab tank, but look at that Kraken Royale. I feel like Kraken Royale kind of just feels like the in Blissful Tunes version of Clash Royale. Kraken Royale.
But now the Kraken is over, and Carbon Domination so close to getting that checkpoint that they want, and right now with 2 down on the side of top 4 bosses, that could be the push, that could be that checkpoint for them, and Carbon Domination has the players still in play to, well, no, that's well, it. Oh, they take the lead still just by 1 point. That's what you like to see. Top 4 bosses, they know that they have the map for themselves right now, but they have to mount a push. 3 minutes left, they have a lot of time on their hands to get that lead back.
Yep, and right there we're gonna see the split to 2 gal dueling. Oh, never mind. Looks like top 4 bosses are down a few players. I gotta prop the defense of Carbon Dom for that, and look at them moving to avoid that Kraken Royale. Kraken Royale, get out of here. Get him.
Get him.
Oh.
Shoot! Oh.
It's essentially, I wish that Kraken Royale had more knockback to it, so there's a lot more counterplay to it, but
yeah,
why did they get rid of it? Why?
Right now the fight is going full on in the middle of the map. That's going to be a drop for the Rainmaker trying to get back in without getting picked by that gal. But right now top 4 bosses, they are getting the picks for themselves. They have 3 specials at the ready. This could be the opportunity for them to extend, to get the lead, but the Rainmaker is going to be stopped. Of course, there's always going to be a flank by a member of Carbon Domination. You are never safe with a Tri-Slasher and a Carbon on the enemy team.
Yeah, Tri-Slasher I've noticed is such a funky weapon, because I had a fun time experimenting with this. I will say that it involved quad Tri-Slasher and holding forward for the entire map and spawn camping. But it looks like top E's are gonna start getting a push right there. Top 4 bosses already moving it down to 20. That is a big lead.
Yeah, with 1.5 minutes left, Carbon Domination, they need something big, and something big that top 4 bosses have been so good at denying them. Both of these teams had such a great defense all game long. Tri-Slasher is going to try to create the opportunity. That's another pick, 4 versus 2. This is what Carbon Domination means, but they need to concretize, they need to get the push after these picks, and both teams have struggled so much to get that. This map is so brutal and allow just one player to stop a push so fast. Carbon Domination going to the side trying to get a safe push, but that Kraken get dodged. That's going to be
I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say, but let's just say it involves some censorship-worthy words. But these are some pretty good picks right here by top 4 bosses, because they just locked the Rainmaker in a place that I don't think Carbon Dom's gonna be able to get to in time. Only a measly 10 seconds left. This is not looking good.
Tri-Slasher getting the pick, that's what you need, but you also need to pop the shield. The shield is left and pop and blue. That's going to be game for top 4 bosses. Top 4 bosses, they are now 1 game away from being your paddling pool champions.
Yep, and it's a little unfortunate because this was Carbon Dom's counter pick. So the next one, well, I hope they win it, and then after that, they're going to have to, if they want to win, they're going to have to commit to a really hard reverse sweep. And it is possible. These teams have been generally very even for the most part. It's just, I think top 4 bosses has been getting through these small cracks and mistakes that Carbon Dom has been making. It's like a saying my water polo coach had told me. When you put 2 evenly matched teams against each other, the team that makes the least amount of mistakes generally wins.
Yeah, and the Flounder Heights Rainmaker is such a risky counterplay to take, because even if you're more comfortable on it than the enemy, anything can happen on this map mode. It takes just 1 push to make so many points, and that's what top 4 bosses took full advantage on. And other than that 1 push, both teams were so even with each other. It's just that 1 push that decided everything, that gave the win to top 4 bosses. And Carbon Domination, they know that they can do it, they can take them, but now they are back to the wall and they need a counter pick, but at the same time give them the advantage, but also make sure that they need something safe. They need something that they can go to and be sure that it's going to go their way, because right now they need a win, at least a win, put points on the board and revert that huge momentum that top floor bosses have for themselves.
So we're going to be seeing Museum d'Alfonsino. There's no anchors present, so therefore not E-leader territory. So a lot more weapons can do things a little bit more safely. But ledge control, like I was telling you about, Carbondom could get some really good ledge control off on this map.
This time I'm sure it's not the first time someone picks this map mode against Carbon Domination, and last time I called it that this was a good map for Carbon, that you don't necessarily want to go there. Oh wait, that's Carbon Domination that picked it. I'm tired, okay? This is the finals, I'm sorry.
In all honesty, what's kind of running through my mind is food and water. Maybe I should eat.
Yes,
maybe
make
not.
Sure you eat and stay hydrated. It's important to stay healthy. Both of our teams are
I'm gonna go get
ready.
my water right now. We're kind of between the matches.
Yep, sure, go for it.
Try not to drink too much. Stay hydrated, people.
Yes, hydration is important. Carbon Domination, we've seen them on the last set do so much on Museum d'Alfonsino. We know that once they have that control of mid, they can just send the Carbon forward on the enemy platform. And even if the Carbon gets knocked down, the rest of the team can still keep control of the zone for themselves and allow the Carbon to do another risky play. But we see a backline on the side of top floor bosses.
It's just Zeko. It's just C/F.
Yeah.
I wish I could be a lot more excited about that weapon. That weapon does not bring me joy. But yeah, it is good. I will say that.
Yeah, that pink wall is going to give a lot of protection, and when you are facing a team with the aggressivity that Carbondom has, having two walls on your team is a luxury you're happy to have. But Carbondom right now, they're not wasting any time. They're already in there and the zone is theirs. So is that platform with the Carbon getting the picks, creating so much danger. Netla is going to go down with the machine. Carbondom, they have a great first push and they are showing that they are still in this tournament.
Yep, and that Carbon Roller is really capitalizing on the lead control. As we have said, this team has been doing really good at some lead control. Trizuka being popped, unfortunately not finding anyone, but it's putting a lot of pressure on it. It did put pressure on a crab tank. So it's getting some form of value, even if it's not as immediate. And look at that, a very punishable I thought they were going to get the pick right there, but looks like this is going to be Carbondom getting pushed back. Zone's going to likely flip over to top floor bosses, and looks like they're pinning their players to a corner. Carbondom's really got to be careful right now. That's 2. That could be 3 very well.
Yes, and that's 3. Top floor bosses, they are coming back. They are showing why they are 2-0 so far. The pick by the sniper, while the machine is ensuring, and I see the charger is on the enemy platform. Top floor bosses, they are so forward right now that even their back line is on the front line. With this crab tank, this could be the lead. This could be so much if top floor bosses manages to keep that aggressivity up. But the crab tank on the side of Carbon Domination is going to please delay that and give some breathing room to Carbon Domination. But Carbon Domination, they need to take the zone because the lead is applied for top floor bosses, and they have the numbers, they have the zone, they have everything for themselves right now.
Yep, and I was hoping that zone could be neutral so we could be seeing more time, but that's game. Looks like top floor bosses just took the set in a fashionable sweep. Looks like Carbondom was the one who got domed.
Top floor bosses getting the KO and getting the tournament. Congratulations to them for winning Paddling Pool 209. Oh, these first 2 games were pretty close, but that last one was top 4 bosses just ending it.
They ended it, but let's not forget that Carbon Dom had a pretty good lock on them as well. Just unfortunately, like in all fashion, when I think that, well, the saying that I said where you have 2 even teams, it's just Carbon Dom, unfortunately, they probably made a mistake in their lockout, and they got locked out instead. They probably could have been able to regroup faster, and I think they could have made the match last longer, but oh well, it is what it is. We still gotta congratulate them for second place. They had a very dominating first match when we joined stream, and that was that was so quick. Like we were lost for words.
Yes, both these teams have shown us how it's done, have shown us the amount of skill that they have, and we are so happy to have them. But Danny, where can people find you?
Alrighty then. You can find me at pretty much almost any social media you can think of at DelFoxician. I generally use, which is like my Twitter and Twitch handle. How about you, Pat?
You can find me on Twitter at PatAutumn with underscores in between. And I guess that's gonna be us. That's going to be Paddling Pool 209. Thank you so much for watching.
Yep, and stay tuned for the next one. And Trident Cup on Friday.
Bye-bye.